Hi all, Hipper here. Now this video is the first in a series of new videos where I'll pretty much just pick well, obviously a good battle that I'd like to show to you all. In this one I've picked a battle where I'm actually in my Hipper, and I haven't been sailing my Hipper a lot for pretty much almost a year. I pretty much retired it when the French Charles Martel came out in, I think it was October last year, so almost a year, and I've been maybe playing Hipper occasionally, something like that, but not very often. And to be honest, I found it a little bit outdated as soon as Martel came out. But I've recently rediscovered my love for Hipper, and I'm not really sure why. I think perhaps the changes in the meta recently, where you used to face 5 or 6 battleships, but now you're facing 5 or 6 cruisers instead, and only a couple of battleships. And as I'm sure you all know, Hippo really does well when there's lots of other cruisers in the game. It's a nasty cruiser eating machine with that AP of its. So as you can see on this map, I spawn at B in the middle of the map. I take a quick peek in there and I see, oh, there's too many ships defending that area. And even if there weren't any ships in there, I'd probably still head for A like I'm doing now. I'm just trolling this Jean-Bar here to fire at me, so the other people on my team can get into position, except that they're not moving at all. If you look at the cruiser just south of me, he's been sitting in that position the whole time, pretty much almost 3 minutes, and he's not really moving until now when I get here. So anyway, the key to this map, in my opinion, is to secure A as quickly as possible. If you let the enemy take this A cap that's really well protected in between the mountains, it's really hard to wrestle it away from them again. And as you can see, for some reason, the Kutuzov has decided to try to take this cap, which is a bit strange. I mean, it won't do well in there with all the mountains surrounding it, but whatever, that's up to him. And you can see that with my speed build, although I spawned at B and I took a little bit of a detour firing at a Jean-Bar on the way, I actually get here at the same time as the enemy ships who spawned here. And that's important because I can now intercept them before they get into this crater and before they are protected, and they can set up a defensive position in here. It's important I get that Kutuzov there before he gets around the corner, and we'll be able to put up more of a defense. Now I know they've fired all their torps, so I'm really not that worried about getting in this close, and also I have my sonar on, so it's unlikely that they'll surprise me. So here the Kutuzov is gone and the Kagero is left, and even if a battleship was coming down here, I would have taken out the opposition here so I can get into the crater here, and I'll be safe while I'm capping. And because I'm armed with torps, it's really hard for a battleship, or anyone for that matter, to come around the corner and surprise me, because I'll be able to fire torps at him first before he even gets around the corner. And as I'm sure you know, that he won't be able to fire at me until at least he sticks his nose around the corner. And that's what I mean by this crater is really easy to defend. So you should try to cap it as quickly as possible. That doesn't mean that you should sit in here for the whole game. As you will also see, as soon as I finish capping, I'm heading out. I'm trying to push B immediately, because it's you can't really get good shots at the enemy from in here, only if they line up in front of one of the entrances or exits, if you will, here. And I mean, that doesn't happen very often, at least if it's players with a little bit of understanding of the game. So do not sit in here. And if you look at the Algerie that's behind me now, he's going to be sitting in here the whole game, and it's very limited what you can do in here. You can take a few pot shots with HE at ships on the outside, but you're nowhere near as effective as if you go out and actually participate in the battle. Just make sure that no destroyers sneak in here and flip the cap or anything like that. Now, the reason I've picked this video to show is I want to showcase the frankly awesome AP power of the German high-tier cruisers. That'll be Hippo and Prince Eugen. And in this case, I don't even have Eugen's reload booster, and yet I put up a pretty good game. We still lose, but I mean, I've done my part. So there's a Nelson here, and what you really want to be looking for in German cruisers are English, British, or German battleships. They are just pinatas, especially the Nelson. It's a tier below me. A nice perk about the Hippo that I just rediscovered here, like I said after playing it again, is that you don't really get focused as much as you do. Like if I had been sitting here in an Atago or probably a Wichita or something similar that's more of a, in quotes, threat, I would have been shot at by everyone. And this Nelson here is pretty much ignoring me. I can just shoot away. And the same thing goes for all the other battleships. And well, we don't get the kill, but we've hit almost 100,000 damage here, and we've taken a cap, and we are now contesting the middle cap. And if we can take this, although it's actually already taken, but if we can protect it from the enemies, and if you can see on the map, they are all gathering over at sea, waiting for the opportunity to strike. And I don't like that, especially with this Algerie here, not really very interested in helping out. He wants to sit in here and shoot. Okay, that's fine, but I mean, had he helped me, we probably would have won this game. So I make a decision now that it's time to get up close with the enemy team. I can see on the map that they are advancing now, so if we don't stop them, they're gonna roll all over us. And 3 of my ships are sitting like not in a good position. One of the battleships is hiding behind an island, and if you look at B, just below B, and he has no way of contributing to the match doing that. He can't fire his guns because of the island, and he can't spot or anything like that. And any destroyer can just turn around that island and torp him to death if he's unlucky. So yeah, it's just not very good positioning. And another thing is that there are 3 battleships on that vector there, and they are all covering the same area of the sea where one guy goes, and they really should spread out a little bit, or at least the 2 remaining ones that you see below me should take position on like maybe one on the other side of the island or something like that. Anyway, I'll take a few shots at them over here, and I can see they're going to go around the island, so I'll try to line up a torp run by the time they get around. And unfortunately, I am at this point I'm forgetting that I'm in Hipper and not Prince Eugen, and I forget about the 6-kilometer torps, unfortunately. I do well anyway, but I would have done better with the 8K torps, unfortunately. Now, looking at this game in hindsight, I probably should have run away here. I should have joined that destroyer to the north of me and started to go Cap C. I mean, you can always debate these things if you should have done things differently. But instead, in this case, I'm gonna take the fight with these battleships, and I'm hoping to torp them as soon as they get in closer. That's my plan. And there's a high caliber there. Yeah, and I'm just waiting for them to pretty much approach me while I'm taking shots at them at the same time, trying to stay out of their line of fire and put some AP shells into the deck of those German battleships. That's what the Hippo excels at. It's very, very powerful. There we have a Chambard that's looking the wrong way, so we'll give that a few too. See that? That's a good hit. Very nice hit. So now, unfortunately, we get his attention now, and we'll have to make up our minds. And I am determined to defend this cap, which is probably, well, only one of two things to do. And it's a good thing I didn't join that destroyer earlier, because he's heading, I don't know where he's heading. He's heading north. I don't know what his plan is, and well, what can you do about it? So I'll take on these ships here and simply try to keep this cap ours. Now I still can't torp this turbid here until he gets closer. He's still too far for my torps to hit him. And if I was in Prince Eugen at this moment, I would already have fired the torps. So as soon as he came around this corner here, he would have been a dead man. Unfortunately, I can't fire them until now. And he gets very interested in me. He knows what I'm up to, and he knows he has to sink me. And I simply fight back. And now I start to run. Because I can see that Chambard is also coming around the island now. And then I don't think I have enough hit points to fight off two battleships unless I get this turbids out of the way. And even then, the islands in here are really restricting my movement. Which, you know, with this agility build, like, you need space. And like, islands are just, to be absolutely honest, a real pain. I can't wait for a map that's just ocean and nothing else. That'll suit my playstyle really well. So here I get greedy, showing broadside, thinking that he'll either overpin or he won't hit, something like that. And I'm hoping I can turn all the way around by the time he reloads. Of course, that's not the case, and I'll take a nice hit there, and that's the end of me. But we did get 182,000 damage, and that's without firing a single torp. Like, this is mainly AP damage, which shows you really how powerful the AP is on Hero and Prince Eugen. It's just, if you can line up the right shots, you are absolutely gonna kill anyone on the other end. It's actually quite amazing. And yeah, there we go. We did well. Unfortunately, we didn't do well enough. And that Chambard on the other team did really, really well. He scored a Kraken and everything. And he's even got a, like, he's being sneaky with his icon there, making it look like he's a beginner when it looks like he is a pretty savvy player. So well played to him, and well-deserved win. Alright, well, I hope you liked this video, and it's, like I said, the first in many to come, where I find interesting battles and show it to you guys. Alright, well, see you on the battlefield.